Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Jim Jancewicz. I'm the Commissioner with Erie County Central Police Services, and I'm joined today with Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz, the Erie County District Attorney John Flynn, Deputy Police Commissioner for the City of Buffalo Joe Gramaglia, Erie County Sheriff Tim Howard, on behalf of the Erie County Chiefs of Police Association, West Seneca Chief of Police Dan Denz, and of course from Crime Stoppers, the Chairman Frank Cristiano. And this morning we're here to announce a twofold program. One is a rewards program which encourages the public to report information to law enforcement through Crime Stoppers about homicides, about non-fatal shootings, and information concerning illegally possessed weapons. In addition to that program, as you can see behind me, is a Billboard campaign which started this week, which will run 11 billboards throughout Erie County that have been determined by the Erie County Crime Analysis Center based on historical shooting data where to place these billboards. And I should note the billboards, while half are funded through the partnership of the individuals behind me, the other half are funded through Lamar Advertising. They've donated space for some of the billboards. For background, the program began in 2019, and Erie County provided $80,000 worth of funding to Crime Stoppers. The funding increased rewards to $7,500 for information which leads to the arrest and the successful prosecution of individuals who provide information to law enforcement concerning a homicide. That $7,500 is split up between $2,500 from the City of Buffalo, $2,500 from Crime Stoppers, and $2,500 from Erie County. Secondly, is a $5,000 reward for information which leads to the arrest and successful prosecution of individuals who commit non-fatal homicides. And lastly, in terms of the reward program, is $1,000 for individuals who illegally possess weapons or provide information to law enforcement, again, through the Crime Stopper platforms, for individuals who are involved or who possess illegal weapons. Secondly, in terms of the Billboard campaign, which the County Executive will speak to in a moment, this is to engage the public to provide these tips to law enforcement for this information. It's absolutely critical that law enforcement obtains this information from the public to assist them in their investigations. I just want to thank all the partners behind us, not only for this campaign that they're so actively involved in, but for all the other projects that we have in Erie County with both the Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, the Police Department, and all the police departments through Erie County. So I want to thank them for their partnership today and for all those other programs. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz.
Thank you, Commissioner Jancewicz, and thank you for your strong support and leadership of this program and the work that the Central Police Services Office does to ensure a safer county. I want to thank all my partners that are standing with us today. Unfortunately, as we've seen in the City of Buffalo, in the County of Erie, and in almost every major metropolitan region in the United States, there has been an increase in gun violence during this past year. We know from this program that was in effect in 2019 that it works. How do we know? More than $20,000 in tip money was paid out in 2019 as a result of a similar program that existed, which of course was to help save lives by ensuring that we got illegal guns off the streets and we got individuals who were engaged in homicides or attempted murders off the streets. So we know the program works. And that's why I'm so pleased to be here with all of our partners who've contributed financially, as well as thanking Lamar Advertising for donating a number of the billboards as well. Because what we're talking about in the long run is saving lives by getting illegal guns off the streets and getting individuals who are engaged in violent crimes off the streets and behind bars. We know it's often difficult. People don't want to talk about this. They're afraid of what may happen. You often heard the phrase, snitches get stitches. That's unfortunate because it is something that is a code that exists on the street. But we know through this program you can anonymously let Crime Stoppers know through a tip information regarding crimes, and you can receive a financial reward that will be paid to you anonymously. Your name will never be involved publicly in the project. And it works, because we do know it worked in the past. So, as Commissioner Jancewicz noted, a tip that leads to the arrest and conviction can lead up to a $7,500 reward through Crime Stoppers, for a homicide, a $5,000 for a non-fatal shooting, or $1,000 related to the recovery of an illegally possessed firearm. We need to do this to help stop the violence in our community. The only way we can stop the violence in our community is if everyone is involved. There are great partners in law enforcement. There are great partners with law enforcement, like the Stop the Violence Coalition, fathers and others who are out there every day doing their best to try to reduce the number of violent acts in our city. But we know there are people in our community who have information and just aren't telling law enforcement and others about it. Well, if you have information about a violent crime, if you have information about an illegal gun, please call Crime Stoppers. You see the number up there, 867-6161. You can also use the Crime Stoppers app, the Buffalo Tips app. Get that information to Crime Stoppers. They will share it with law enforcement, but you will never be revealed. That's the key to this. It is anonymous. The information will be anonymously shared with law enforcement, and you are eligible for a reward, and you will receive it anonymously. And Frank from Crime Stoppers will be talking a little bit more about how that process works. But I do want to thank all our partners that are here today. The Erie County District Attorney's Office, the Erie County Sheriff's Office, of course, the Erie County Central Police Services, our partners in the City of Buffalo Police Department, which of course are grieving after the unfortunate incident last week. The Chiefs of Police Organization for Erie County, which even though they may not necessarily be in the City of Buffalo, care about the issues that occur in the City of Buffalo and crime that occurs in the City of Buffalo. And of course, Crime Stoppers for the work that they do. On behalf of the people of Erie County, I just want to say to those who have information that can lead to the arrest of a dangerous individual that could get an illegal gun off the street, please call Crime Stoppers at 867-6161. Help us reduce the crime in this community. Rewards will be paid out, and they will be paid out anonymously. No one else will know. But you will know that in the end, you help to get a dangerous individual off the street. You help to get dangerous guns off the street and make our community better for it. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to our District Attorney, John Flynn.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, County Executive Polankars. And I want to pick up a little bit on what he touched on, and that is the regional approach to this issue. Obviously, we all know that the majority of the shootings, and again, as I stated before a couple weeks ago, so far this year, every single homicide that has occurred in Erie County this year has occurred in the City of Buffalo. And while the majority of the shootings have in fact occurred in the City of Buffalo, what you see behind me is, like I said, a regional approach to this issue. All of us here in Erie County getting together to help solve this problem, from the Sheriff's Office to the Chief of Police, and again, obviously the Crime Stoppers. Now, I can't thank all my partners enough. I can't thank the county enough for putting money up front for this Billboard campaign and for the anonymous tip campaign. I have given asset forfeiture money to Crime Stoppers for tips and for helping pay for the billboard. So I'm happy to give money. I'm happy to participate. You know, it's unfortunate that I'm going to get less money now, quite frankly, due to the fact that the new marijuana legalization law prohibits forfeiture money for marijuana offenses. That's going to cut on my asset forfeiture money a little bit, so I can't give it to Crime Stoppers. Hopefully we can maybe get that changed in the future. But again, I'm here as part of the DA's office, letting the residents of our city of Buffalo know, and of all of Erie County know, that I'm here to put my money where my mouth is. And that's what I'm doing today. And so again, I want to thank Crime Stoppers. I want to thank Erie County. I want to obviously thank the Buffalo Police Department and the City of Buffalo and thank my good friend, Chief Dan Denz, who is the president of the Western New York Chiefs Association, for recognizing that this is a regional problem and not just a City of Buffalo problem. Chief, thank you.
John, thank you. On behalf of the Erie County Chiefs of Police Association, I'd just like to echo the sentiments of the speakers before me. You know, this is a regional problem. Crime does not stop at jurisdictional borders. Erie County Chiefs of Police have had a long-standing partnership with Crime Stoppers, and we're so happy to support new innovative ways to attack the crime problems within our region of Erie County. And we're always here to support all our colleagues. As a member of a first-ring suburb with the City of Buffalo, we work hand in hand with our colleagues in the City of Buffalo Police Department, and we try to throw our support in everything we do here with Crime Stoppers. Again, it's been a long-standing partnership with them, and we're happy to be behind this effort. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Frank Cristiano from Crime Stoppers. Frank?
Great. Thank you very much. Again, I would like to start by thanking our partners in law enforcement, as well as the government entities from Western New York. The support that we've received, specifically financial, from the Erie County government, the Erie County Sheriff's Department, the City of Buffalo, among others, has been unprecedented. It's been a game changer for Crime Stoppers. And just a little background about Crime Stoppers. We serve the western 8 counties in Western New York. We are a not-for-profit 501c3 public service organization. It's an all-volunteer organization that assists law enforcement agencies, again, through the 8 counties in Western New York. Crime Stoppers was created in 1990 here in Buffalo. And again, our primary goal is to assist law enforcement in the apprehension of wanted individuals through tips and to help them solve crimes that have not been solved. Crime Stoppers regularly pays out rewards of information for arrests. Citizens are always encouraged to come forward anonymously with information regarding wanted persons. Again, Crime Stoppers doesn't receive any federal funding. We rely totally on the generous donations from our community. And regarding the Billboard Campaign, this takes on even more significance this year with the sharp rise in shootings and homicides in the City of Buffalo. Again, we're proud to partner with Erie County and our law enforcement and our prosecutors' offices in an effort to stop the violence. But most importantly, we're hopeful these billboards will encourage the public to reach out anonymously by phone or by app. And again, this is all in an effort as we team up together to keep our communities safe. And again, Crime Stoppers sits at the hub of the wheel that connects and unites law enforcement, the prosecutors, our partners in the media, and most importantly, the citizens of our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, I just want to thank all our partners for continuing this initiative. The county is proud to put money into this. We feel we have an obligation on behalf of our citizens to ensure that we can do all that the county can to eliminate and reduce the number of violent crimes that occur in the City of Buffalo, and to eliminate and reduce the number of illegal handguns that exist, whether it's the City of Buffalo, the City of Lackawanna, or elsewhere. This program, of course, we're targeting the billboards in the City of Buffalo, but if you are aware of any crime, regardless of where it is, you can call Crime Stoppers or use the app to provide that anonymous tip. With that, I want to thank all my partners for being here today, and if there are any on-topic questions, we'll be glad to answer them.
Frank, can you walk us through how it works? Let's say I know someone who lives in a house who I think has an illegal gun. How does this work?
Sure. You can either contact Crime Stoppers by phone or via the app. And through the app, you can fill out a series of questions and provide the information which you have. You're given a unique identifier. That information is managed by our law enforcement coordinator, who connects the police departments with Crime Stoppers. So that information is then forwarded to the investigative agencies where that crime may be occurring.
And is that enough information? Like so-and-so on this street, I think that's illegal. Is that enough information to work on?
Many times it's as easy as that, especially with fugitives. If there's a wanted person who is featured on one of our Crime Stoppers bulletins, and that individual calls up and says, Mrs. Smith or Mr. Smith is at a certain location, I know he's wanted for this, that information would be passed on to law enforcement, and they would pursue that tip. And many times it's as simple as that.
It has to come to fruition, though.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then also, does law enforcement then contact that person, or is it just you don't know who that is? And it's
Never know.
Yeah,
you never know. Okay.
Yep. No, law enforcement is only in contact with our law enforcement coordinator. They do not reach out for that person. They just act upon the information which is given to them from the Crime Stoppers database.
So they're also not called on to testify.
Well, we don't know. We don't know who they are.
Okay. So
I mean,
you
yeah.
just
So
don't know.
we don't know who they are. It's truly anonymous. But again, it's not as easy as just calling up and say, "Hey, Joe Smith had a gun." All right. I mean, if Joe Smith had a gun, then the information that you gave needs to lead to Joe Smith's prosecution, so we can verify that actually it's got to come to fruition. Yeah.
If he just got the gun, that he did have a gun, but it doesn't, those conditions are hard.
Then I leave it up to them then to give the money. And I'm not going to get in the weeds on that. I mean, but it all depends. But we don't want to obviously just give money away without some kind of result. Yeah.
Like the guns.
Guns recovered. That's good. That's good. Yep.
I'll just finish. The advantage of this program is the money is given to Crime Stoppers. The money, it's not like it has to be decided by Erie County, the city of Buffalo, the Erie County District Attorney's Office, the Sheriff's Office. Okay, this crime, we resolved it, now we're going to give the money to this person. We never know who it is. We don't control the money at that point. It actually is in Crime Stoppers. And when they get confirmation from law enforcement that, yes, the gun was recovered, was taken off the street, or for that matter, the individual was arrested and now they're behind bars, then the reward is paid out by Crime Stoppers. It's not paid out by the county.
I think that the best way to answer that is like diseases. There's multiple causes of ill health. Same thing exists here, but certainly I would say we have a continued cultural decline. People that continue to see crime, and we know it's true in domestic violence, that have been a victim of crimes are certainly potentially more apt to then commit crimes. That's a part of it. I do have to say, maybe from a political point, that the release of criminals from jail before their time, the number of parole violators that are back out on the street committing crimes again. We always note in our press releases on drug cases where weapons have been recovered. It seldom is printed, but we always note the individuals that are out on parole for gun crimes that are out on the street are being rearrested. So if we don't incapacitate the criminals, we simply have them put back on the street, not because of the work of the people behind me, but that those people are put back out on the street. We haven't done anything to decrease the number of people that are committing crimes. So I think it's, again, a combination of things, but that's certainly softened sentences and premature release of criminals is adding to our problem.
Have we made any progress on the interdiction of illegal guns? I know that late Neil Dobbins, that was a big, he thought that was the issue.
Was the fact that we are putting enforcement efforts into the recovery or the removal of illegal guns?
Improvement on that front.
Oh, improve. Oh, thank you. I thought you was pointing to the problem, but I do think. I mean, how much worse it might have been, but for the combined efforts of the people behind me. So thank you for pointing it out. Crime Stoppers is a wonderful, necessary program. All law enforcement agencies still welcome direct input from citizens. There is and the DA could speak to it better, there is some issue where the information is shared with law enforcement as to our inability, and again with the change in the laws, to not disclose the identity of an individual that we know about. That certainly is handicapped law enforcement, but we're extremely grateful that Crime Stoppers stops that. We don't want to know the identity of these individuals. It encourages certainly other individuals to come forward and share that information.
Do you want to talk about what you're seeing in the crime lab?
I'll just speak for a moment in terms of what we see coming in at the crime lab. So the crime lab in Erie County intakes all of the seized weapons throughout the county. So we know from that perspective, we are at or near an all-time high in the number of weapons that are being seized by police departments across the county. So to answer your question, I think quite a bit is being done, and there is tremendous improvement in the number of guns that are seized, but it's an ongoing battle with the court system, with the district attorney's office, and with all the police departments throughout the county.
Can you talk about where the guns are coming from? Like, are you seeing any kind of pattern? Like, we've heard about like Ohio, or
Yeah, I would just say that we don't get involved in that part of it. The lab is strictly responsible for analyzing the weapons and providing that information to law enforcement. So in terms of their origins, that would be a law enforcement function.
what about other patterns?
Clearly handguns, right, clearly handguns, right. So that's why this piece of this program is important, right? The $1,000 to pay out for weapons that are possessed illegally or individuals who have information about illegal weapons. So that's why this program is part of it, that 3 different levels is tiered towards that in one area.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Be safe and well.